Do you know the status of your financial health? If not, stay tuned to learn 5 things you should be reviewing every year so that you can stay on track of your financial goals. Do you know your net worth? Calculating your net worth can help you know exactly where you are on your journey to financial independence. To calculate your net worth, you subtract all of your liabilities from all of your assets. Assets include things like the value of your home if you were to sell it today, the value of your car if you were to sell it today, any cash you have on hand, the total value of your 401k or Roth IRA, and even any property or things that you own that you could sell for cash. Your liabilities would include the balance left on your mortgage of your home, the balance left on your car loan, any student loan debt, medical bill debt, credit card debt, or any other balance that you owe to somebody else. When you find the difference between these two sums, that is going to give you your net worth. For many people who are still paying off debt, they will likely find that their net worth is in the negative. There's no reason to be alarmed or scared about this. You're simply on your journey to financial independence. But knowing where you are is a great first step to be able to get where you want to go. The next item you want to assess in determining your financial health is your retirement savings plan. You want to review how much you are putting away towards retirement and determine whether that amount has you on track to achieve your financial goals. In my previous video on how to set financial goals, I mentioned that it takes 40 years saving 11% of your current salary in order to be able to live off of that salary in retirement. That's assuming that you're earning a conservative 7% rate of return. Now, if you currently are not saving 11%, or you know that you are behind in your retirement savings, then it's important to evaluate where you currently are in your retirement savings plan and see what you can do to increase that number. If you're contributing to a 401k or 403b through your employer, see if you are at least maxing out your contribution so that you can take advantage of the employer match. Remember, this is not free money. An employer match is part of your compensation plan. So every month that goes by that you are not receiving the maximum employer match, you are leaving your own compensation on the table. If you qualify to contribute to a Roth or traditional IRA, make sure that you are maxing out that amount every year as well. In order to increase your savings, you can meet with your HR department to see how much you're putting away each month and update your information to increase that savings amount to be automatically withdrawn from each paycheck. If you are contributing to a Roth or traditional IRA, you can set up a similar automatic savings plan through your brokerage firm and have that money immediately taken out either from your bank account if it's for a Roth IRA or from your paycheck if it is to a traditional IRA. The next thing you want to review is your budget. Whether you have a budget or not, this is something you definitely need to do. If you don't have a budget, consider this a perfect opportunity to be able to get started so that you can see where your money is going so that you can allocate it where you want it to go. If you already have a budget, it's important that you update it every year to accommodate for any changes. Perhaps you've realized that you can spend less money in certain areas, or maybe you've had a child or got married or your salary increased. Whatever happened over the course of the last year, it's important to review those things and make a new plan for the upcoming year. The best way to do that, if you do already have a budget, is to review the last 12 months of budgets and take an average for each of your spending categories. So calculate the average spent on utilities, the average spent on groceries, restaurants, housekeeping, childcare, etc., and figure out what that average monthly amount spent was in each category. From there, you can adjust your budget for the upcoming year, either by reducing in some areas or even increasing in other areas to better reflect what your spending needs are. This is also a great opportunity to establish whether those subscription services that you have been spending towards are necessary, or if you can get rid of a couple of things in order to free up money to increase your savings. If you would like some help on how to make a budget and are interested in a step-by-step guide, please see my video on how to make a budget, where I walk you through step-by-step exactly how to make a budget from scratch. While it is not necessary to check your credit score every day or every week or every month, it is a good idea to review your credit report at least once a year. That way you can make sure that everything being reported to the credit bureaus is correct and accurate. Especially if you are interested in maybe purchasing real estate or buying a car or investing in something that's going to need your credit to be pulled, you want to check in on your credit score just to see how things are, where your credit score is, and if it needs to be improved, this will give you an opportunity to figure out what you need to do to improve it. Most banks offer free credit reports. You can always access your credit score for free at least once a year. Do a quick Google search and you'll be able to find multiple resources that can give you access to your free credit report. The last thing you want to review in order to check the status of your financial health are your insurance plans. You want to make sure that you're properly insured in order to protect your financial assets in the event that something happens. If you are married, own a home, or have children, you want to make sure that you have life insurance. It's important that you protect your loved ones and your assets in the event that something happens to you. You also want to check your car insurance plans. Perhaps there is another car insurance agency that can provide the same coverage or more for less money. Not all agencies are the same, and different agencies cater to different types of people. So make sure that you are getting the best plan out there. You can also check on your health insurance. If possible, talk with your HR department and see if you can transfer to a health insurance plan that allows you to have an HSA account. Most people don't realize that an HSA account is a great tax sheltered account for retirement savings. Not everyone is going to be able to qualify for the type of health insurance plan that requires an HSA, because it does mean having higher deductibles. But if you do think that this is something that can work for you, then I highly recommend that you talk to your HR department to see if you can transfer over to an HSA plan. So that's it. Those are 5 areas that you want to review at least once a year to make sure that your financial health is in good standing. If you'd like for me to do a video further explaining or diving deeper into any one of these topics, please leave a comment below. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next Monday.